Well, it's Sunday and I'm sick of waiting. We still have Florida State LSU going on right now. It is 17 all in the second half. The winner of that game will be number one in my resume ranking. And we have Clemson at Duke tomorrow, and I'll tell you just where they will fit in. Here we go. This is the ranking as far as resumes go. Teams that beat Power 5 opponents get the nod, especially if it was on a road uh, site. If they had a road victory, that is impressive to me. Remember that every Power 5 team is equal until more data from games changes that fact. Margin of victory is most important right now, especially versus your caliber of opponent, but AP rank applies too. Next is teams that had 2 wins versus non-Power 5 teams. Then there's a bunch of teams with a win versus non-Power 5 team. Michigan was not convincing enough at home versus a non-Power 5 opponent to get top 25 in this ranking, let alone top 40 after week 1. This ranking should end up reflecting the playoff ranking by the end of the season if the committee selects the most deserving teams. This criteria will change throughout the season. So as you see right now, winner of Florida State and LSU is number 1. Colorado went on the road and beat TCU by 3 points, but it was on the road versus a ranked opponent. They have the second best win in the country. Number 3 is Ohio State. They won on the road and won a conference game at Indiana by 20 points. That is the third best performance. Number 4 is Texas State, who went on the road and beat Baylor by 11 points. That is your playoff teams after week 1 if the season ended today. I value who is the most deserving team, not what a team looks like. Who have you played? Who have you beat? Let's go. And as you can see, number 5 is Northern Illinois right now because they went on the road and beat Boston College by 3 points. After that, it's basically a margin of victory that ranks these teams because they are all against Power 5 opponents. Tennessee had a neutral site game versus Virginia, 49-13. That's a 36-point differential. Penn State beat West Virginia by 23. Rutgers beat Northwestern by 17. You can't judge Northwestern. You got to pretend like they're Tennessee or something like that. You know, there should no brands and no recruiting rankings go into this ranking. Number 9, North Carolina won a neutral site game versus South Carolina by 14. Utah beat Florida by 13. Louisville beat Georgia Tech by 5. Fresno State beat Purdue by 4. One of the group of 5 teams that beat Power 5 teams. There were 4 of them. That's it. Only 4 Power 5 teams lost to a non-Power 5 team in week 0 and week 1, which is kind of surprising. Not a lot of upsets. Kind of dull so far. Minnesota beat Nebraska by 3. Wyoming beat Texas Tech in that epic double overtime game by 2 points. Notre Dame is number 15 because they have 2 wins versus non-Power 5 teams, and USC, Vanderbilt have the same. You could put USC ahead because I don't think Tennessee State is even a group of 5 team, but San Jose State and Nevada are. So there you have it. We move on down. Now a bunch of teams that haven't beaten any Power 5 team, but they had a great performance. Oregon versus Portland State, 81-7. Wow, 74-point differential. Oklahoma shut out Arkansas State and won by 73. Ole Miss beat Mercer 73-7. Syracuse beat Colgate 65-0. Cincinnati versus Eastern Kentucky won by 53. UCF versus Kent won by 50. Alabama beat Middle Tennessee by 49. And Auburn beat Massachusetts by 45. So So there you have it. That is the top 25, excluding Clemson and Duke. Now, this is excluded, but either winner will be top 15 or better because they beat a Power 5 opponent. Clemson would be number 6 or better, depending on margin of victory. So if we go up here, you can see that Clemson would have a road victory, so they could beat Boston College. They could get the number 5 ranking if they win by more than 3, and so forth and so on. If Duke wins, they would be at least number 15, pushing Notre Dame down. But if depends on the margin of victory, they could go all the way up to number 5. So there you have it. It's an exciting time in college football. Week 1 is in the books. That is the most impressive performances so far. Thank you, everybody. Remember to like the video, share, subscribe. Please share with other people. Comment down below, too. And have a great night, everybody.